Welcome, 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 friends. OG Merpe here with you. We're ready to run our Wednesday night D&D game. This is the first version of D&D that I've ever run. This is in my homebrewed world with a couple of my friends who I've known for over a decade since high school. Unfortunately, we haven't been playing that long. We all came to the hobby in our late 20s, early 30s, and now we've been doing this together for a little over a year, and it's been just so much fun. And I asked them if they would be willing to share it with you guys and the channel, and they said yes. And so here we are. We've been streaming this for a little while now. So on that note, this is not a super like made for stream style D&D game, but everybody has a good time. There's lots of great jokes. The guys on that note are a little inappropriate. No offense is ever intended, and hopefully none is taken. So let's have them do recap, and let's get back to it, and let's play some D&D.
Joe.
All right, guys, I'm live. Who's doing
Now
recap?
I'm back in. I had to restart. It was doing the automatic repair and
So Reed's
nothing.
Reed's probably
I'm,
not
I'm gonna
doing it
switch
because he
over.
probably doesn't have his
No,
notes.
Uh, I can do it.
Okay, Monzo.
Okay, so the yesterday, the day started, and we fought through the wall, went through the orc camp, and then we came to a ledge where we were shuffling across. We also had horses that we were leading. It was maybe 20 feet wide, but 200 feet long. And suddenly, out of the clouds, a half dragon scale, half griffin, half eagle uh, flew down and came to a test and said that he was taking him back to the College of Arcane Arts, I think.
Yep, that's the name of the place. Correct.
College of Arcane Arts, and said that the eagle said that his business his was not with us, but only with the Tesk. We stepped in. We're going to step in front and defend a Tesk, but the bird was too quick and immediately dove a Tesk as soon as he tried to run. Uh, Immediately, Monzo pulled out his magical rope and lassoed it around a Tesk. Tesk grabbed on, jumped off the cliff, went invisible, but still attached to the rope, swung all the way down, and that created a few moments where the dragon had to redirect and once again dove a Tesk, now dangling below. And then I believe we started hoisting a Tesk up. The dragon thing missed his attack, struck the wall. We finally hoisted a Tesk up. A Tesk went and hid. And then Monzo did a devastating strike that ricocheted off of a armored plate, doing nothing. And overhead arrows flew. And by that time, the dragon thing landed on the pedestal below that we were all on. And out of nowhere, a massive but infinitely heavy brick hit the monster's wing, which weighed it down. At the same time, it leapt and grasped a Tesk and had him grappled and was attempting to lift off. I think at that point, Reed had an axe come down on the monster for a lot of damage. A Tesk cast the euphoric cloud, which dazed it for a moment. Um, uh, then Monzo landed a devastating strike that didn't stun him. And Kythar was about to attack, but held his blade, which Simone noticed.
Hammer.
Hammer and it was a brilliant silver hammer. But then I think Sigbert and Professor Struva.
No, I kicked it. I kicked it. I held the hammer, but I did kick it.
You did kick it for little to no damage, I think. And
Missed.
Clean miss.
Missed. And then a blow came from the top and struck it down. We all climbed up, gathered ourselves, and then continued it on to the clearing here, where a drama is going to unfold.
I have something that I think needs to be added.
Yeah, add what you want because that's your
At the beginning of the fight, to Kythar's defense, Professor Struva did run temporarily away from the fight.
He ducked behind a wall.
Hey, and
For a
I don't think anybody has said why there was any ducking happening at this point either.
The Griffin, the lightning hit us for each 25 damage. The ones that were within.
That's right. So Professor
area.
Struva ducked out of the way after the lightning struck.
And then I can add that at that point, what Simone noticed is Kythar, because the creature was asking for a test and telling everybody else to, don't throw away your life for him. Once we got hit with the damage, Kythar then said, "Take him." Took his hands off, and walked away. Put his hands up, and essentially walked away, which Simone did not like.
That's also what Sigbert saw.
Just getting right to the drama.
Okay, so then with that, we are going to do some character introductions first. Then I will set the tone of where you guys are in the scene, and we will go ahead and take it from there. So in reverse Discord order today, starting with Kythar.
I'm sorry, I thought I had a little more time. I wasn't in. All right.
Gotcha.
Well, Kythar is a fat fuck. Oh no, that's Monto. My bad. Kythar is a drunk barbarian. Big bone. Sorry. Kythar is a drunk barbarian who is now on a sober spree, only due to the fact there's no alcohol in his vicinity. He got this new badass fucking double hit hammer that is worth a decent amount of money, he thinks, but doesn't know for sure. And he basically has been on the run since childhood, since losing his clan due to an orc attack wiping it out. So he's always been on his own, always had to defend his own and whatnot. And so he is now in controversy with a short elfish named Simone. That has his creature does all his work for him.
He'll get Hey, he gets to introduce his own character. Kythar, are you done with Kythar's introduction?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm done.
All right. Sigbert.
Sigbert is a human fighter. He's middle-aged, former warrior, soldier, turned mercenary, kind of laying low. Just laying low, trying to keep quiet. Got into this motley crew and is now kind of getting a little too invested. Maybe for his own good. But that's Sigbert.
Aww.
Love it. Arthur.
Professor Arthur Struva is a level 6 human gunslinger. He's from the University Castle New Birmingham, where he does an experimental, I'd say, professorship with firearms and the experimental powders and cartridges that go along with it. And he's after a family heirloom after he had some family that died off around his local town, and now he's trying to figure out what happened to his family heritage.
I love it. You guys are getting good at this. Reed.
Reed is a young, supple meat sack. A lot of air between his ears going on. Definitely not brains of the operation by any stretch of the imagination. But he does like the people that he's with. And
air between the ears, but meat between the cheeks.
that's right. Not a hair to be found on his body.
Oh, God.
Reed worships the goddess Iomade, who is the goddess of justice, also known as the Inheritor. She is the guiding light for Reed, and he hopes to just be a force for good in the world.
Quick
That's Reed.
question: What
Joe,
kind of?
hold on real
Oh,
quick. Joe,
sorry.
I want you to
Yeah.
know that Becky is in chat, and her first chat of the night is #1 Reed fan. So
Yes,
your fan is here.
yes.
Anthony,
you.
you had a question?
What kind of god is Iomade, by the way?
She's a human god. Is that what you mean?
No, I meant like what's her founding principles.
Oh, let me.
You're a paladin. You should know this, right?
Yeah, I looked it up. the
Tell
other
you
day,
what,
but
why don't you ask him in character once we get started? We're
That's
gonna
fair.
Okay.
keep rolling, and that actually leaves you up next, Simone. So, your character.
Simone is a tall elf. He is has no hair though. He is bald with like steampunk goggles on.
Yep.
That wrap all the way around, and a tiny mustache. Wearing chainmail armor, and he has his eidolon. And in case some of the party doesn't know, an eidolon is an extension of yourself. Of Wild, who is a quadruped with a head of a tiger, and also the head of a snake.
Snake.
And in his previous life, he was a merchant. As a reminder for the rest of the party, with his parents, until his parents were betrayed by a member of their own merchant group and were killed in a battle in the middle of a road. And he's been having to fend for himself, essentially trying to figure out what he wants to do with his life. And that's Simone.
Okay. Then let's hear about a task.
Task is knowledge.
Tyler, you there?
Yeah, I got dog barking. Hold on.
This is the perfect time for that to happen.
I can go if you
I
want
was
to
about
swap
to say,
him.
we'll skip past him. Monzo.
Okay, so Monzo is a young guy, probably late 20s. He's a level 6 monk, specializing in grappling. He's wearing rough spun kimono. Can't really see any markings on it other than the tears and the road damage. Currently,
Oh,
you
I thought it'd
can
be from stretching. Like,
from
too much.
yeah
Too much
under the
tension.
arms is a light spot of. He can currently be found eating a jar of mystery mushrooms he found yesterday at the orc camp, having a chow down time. He found a few people that he likes spending time with, and he was looking to travel Valmina, and that's exactly what he's doing.
I love it. And are you ready to introduce a task yet, Tyler?
I hope so.
Let's hear it.
A task is Cora looks like she's gonna bark though. A task is a elf sorcerer. He hails from the College of Arcane Arts, who apparently desperately want him to come back. So much so that they sent a weird, creepy creature to capture him and bring him back. But thanks to his party, he didn't end up going there. And he definitely doesn't want to go back because there's so much more to do in the world than sit in that stupid tower.
I love it. I love hearing a task be passionate about something. It's great.
Yep.
Okay. I see that Aaron Monzo has stepped. Oh, there we go. He's just back. Great. So then, you guys have been. Let me set the scene here for you a little bit here. You guys have been adventuring together at this point for about a month. And you've seen the destruction of a city. You've come eye to eye with a young dragon. You've slain creatures from the depths of murky waters, and been both consumed by and saved parties members from being consumed by strange gelatinous creatures from the depths of the earth. You now find yourselves here together on this ledge after a contentious afternoon, saving the life and agency of your party member a task from this strange creature. You had a conversation with him where he came, it came to light that there are many of these creatures where at the college, and therefore it must be from there. And he was asked point blank, "Are they going to send another one?" And he's like, "I don't know, probably." And so, in all of that, Kythar had stormed ahead of the rest of the party. Uh, when Simone summoned his communal bounce, he then summoned one less, and the rest of the party passed him very quickly, and had to wait for him to arrive at about, after the dinner time camp setup. So I am going to ask you guys to physically place your characters in whatever groupings you are. If you're by yourself, move your tile away from yourself. If you're partied up with the rest of your party, keep yourself in the pile in the middle. If you're in two different groups, put yourself in whatever piles with wherever you are, whoever you are. I will remind you all as players that ultimately, in the long term, we need to be able to play this game together. But short term, love the conflict. So it's about dinner time. You guys have had a hell of a day. After a hell of a night, after a hell of a day before that, and really these last 4 or 5 days on the trail since you left Edgetown have been really quite full of adventure. So after all of that, exhaustion, tensions have run high, and I am going to ask you guys what you all would like to do, in whatever order you guys would like to go in.
What time is it?
Dinner time, 6, 7. You guys have you guys are in the probably need to set up camp soon stage. I'm actually going to DM you past that and say you found a safe place to set up camp. You're in the process of setting up camp, and you're effectively at the end of your travel day.
So Kythar is kind of sitting a little bit ways from the camp, at the little crossroad section, just munching on his rations, just sitting down for a minute.
Simone is going to start summoning Will.
Okay.
But
And that at this point only takes you
Hey,
less than a minute. So
Simone, what
Yeah.
you doing over there?
I would argue that Reed would have seen this process enough times that he knows that exactly what he's doing.
he knows exactly what he's doing.
I know.
And
I know that he
we-
knows what he's doing. I'm asking him
Why?
why, basically.
that
was the tone of the question.
Okay, fair.
Sorry.
I guess I'm gonna leave off where what I literally just said, what I said at the end of the last game, which was we can't. It's like if he doesn't get out of here, then I'm gonna force him out of here.
What do you mean you're gonna force him out of here?
There's only two ways out of this pool. It's either over the cliff or back up the hill. And we can't have him around us.
I'm sorry, I'm lagging just a little bit.
It could be me too, to be honest.
No, I got you, but
okay. I said it's either this puto's going over the cliff or he's going back up the hill. We can't have people like that, fool. We all need to be able to save each other's backs. Can't you guys see this? Even when we confronted him about it, he said, "Fuck those guys," right? And then by the time he got to the party right now, he then was telling HTESC was weak and shit. Like, is that the kind of party member, or not party member? Is that the kind of team you want, fool? What would Iomade do in this situation, huh?
No, you're right. Sorry. I don't agree with it either. One of the things that we disregard the most is abandoning a companion. We don't stand by it. But to his defense, he didn't entirely abandon. He still swung, and I'm not excited about having him back on, but I'm willing to forgive and give a second chance.
If the party looks over at a Tesk, as everybody's talking about this moment with him at the center point, what do they see? How's the Tesk reacting to this conversation?
I mean, Azask is probably overall pretty happy. Only because, you know, I guess he'd be a little grumpy that, you know,
A
Cathar thinks
little.
he's weak and whatever, but overall, you know, because you know, Tess could probably blow Cathar up with a fireball. Uh, he's just generally happy the party doesn't care that everybody almost died. So, and that he's still here. So it's just kind of like smugly enjoying the conversation.
So
It's like,
those are
I'm not the problem, and he's happy about that.
so those are Tesk's thoughts, right?
Yeah, this is you look over, you can see smudges.
But nobody has asked the Test what he thinks.
Was that in
I
character?
believe somebody did last.
Test, what do you think about all this before these two try and kill each other?
Well, I don't think anybody should, you know, kill each other just because, you know, I've been wandering around and, you know, got us in trouble. But and I think we should just. We all have our ups, you know. We have our downs. You know, I don't like being called weak. You know, I think I'm pretty, you know, magically gifted. You know, at least with like magic missile and whatnot. But you know, we should probably not leave him here to die. I mean, I don't want to abandon Kaithar.
Like what he did to you, fool? Like when he basically just let you go?
I am for not abandoning Kaithar at a minimum.
I have heard
Or
literally.
at the least, I wouldn't know what minimum means.
You know, the best stories that I read in the books I like to read were always redemption stories. You know.
I look towards.
I know you don't read, but you know, people like
I have one
you
book.
know Simone.
I have one.
You know, maybe Sigbert. Definitely Arthur over here.
Yes.
David, you said you haven't heard something?
I haven't heard from Sigbert or Arthur, so.
Oh, Arthur's gonna respond to Atesk and say, typically, forgiveness is a good method. If we were gonna reign by justice only, that's gonna
Look up a little
be.
bit of justice.
Arthur's just gonna agree with the task.
Sigbert?
We're glad
Sigbert.
Atesk lived, by the way. Sorry.
Sigbert's just gonna kind of sigh and say, "Well, we have to realize we're all in this bullshit together. Um, how do we know in the end that he won't turn on us if somebody gets to him?"
I'm going to turn to Kaithar and say, would you help one of us, even one of our weaker members? And that was at Kaithar.
Kaithar puts down his rations, puts them back in his bag, stands up. Is Tess sitting down or is he standing up?
Standing up.
Okay. Kaithar is going to walk over to a Tesk, grab him by the ruff of the shirt, look him dead in the eye,
Oh, I got him
and
down.
say,
I don't think Simone would let Kaithar get that close to Atesk.
Okay, so Simone
that
takes a
point-
step forward, as Kaithar says.
I turn to look at Timon's like, cool your jets. I'm not going to punch him. Cool your hide. I'm not going to punch him.
I'm gonna
Simone
put Wilb in
covers
front
one
of.
covers one of the tiles between the two of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna and Wilb in between him and Kaithar.
Okay, so you guys are all now standing in a group together. Kaithar's still holding on to a Tesk and has said, "I'm not going to punch him." Kaithar, what are you
No.
doing?
Simone, I would say Simone would not even let him get that close, but it depends on what the DM.
I'm
It's up to
gonna
you.
give this to him because you were in the process of finishing summoning your creature. I know
Okay.
it doesn't take that long, but the conversation didn't either. So
Yeah, that's fine.
so Kythar.
Oh, thank you. Look him dead in the eye, says, "Sorry for letting you down there. Won't happen again." And let's go.
A
All right.
task.
Sounds good to me.
Simone.
Uh,
I
Simone's gonna walk up to Kythar and just be like, "You're lucky by the grace of gods, fool. You're lucky by the grace of gods." And then Will's gonna like let out a roar, and then just kind of him and Simone are gonna walk off to like an area to be by themselves for a little bit.
Okay. Go ahead and move your tiles for me, please.
I would
Oh,
if
but
I
you can't.
can. No, hold on. I joined with my Mac. Maybe I can. Maybe it'll work. I'm a gray. Hold on.
Does
Oh,
work.
Yeah, gray's not gonna work.
As somebody who played on a Mac for many years, it does work.
Yeah, but was it a 2013 Mac?
No, it was not. No, it definitely was not.
And so he's gonna walk over here. Him and Will are just gonna kind of be by themselves.
And I look at a task, and I'm gonna do perception, or you can tell me, is he still kind of damaged from the fight? A task.
I don't think a Tusk took any damage.
He took very little. He has just a cut, if I remember.
Oh yeah, a Tusk had broken his rib, right?
Yeah.
Tyler did.
That was the
No.
joke for the few damage that you took. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So in actuality, so I don't know. A Tusk does not look damaged. That damaged that badly, like Aaron said, a scratch.
Gotcha. Okay, just mentally damaged. Gotcha.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, well that takes care of that. Kythar is gonna take off his ring of protection and give it to a task to say this should help you in the future. Sorry,
Oh
ring
wow,
protection,
that's a.
ring of protection +1.
I don't know if I can take your fancy ring. Didn't
Shut the fuck up and take it, or it's gonna
Okay.
go not on your fingers, but you're gonna wear it.
He's talking about your
Okay,
toes.
I will just take it then. Thank you, Kythar. I appreciate the kind gesture.
I was gonna shove it on his penis for those people who didn't know.
Jesus
I
Christ!
think that's called a cock ring.
Would it still give him the same powers if it was on that area, David? Still on his person. Still on his person.
Not, I'm going to rule that that it would no. No, it would not.
Cock rings don't count.
They don't. You only have two because you only have 2 ring slots. So like even if you have rings on all your fingers, only 2 of them count.
Technically
so
3. Technically 3 if you're a male character.
I don't.
I feel like that's unfair to female characters.
That's it. And it's the kind of silly shit that I don't that I put off for one shots. I don't worry about that shit in these games.
Fair enough.
Okay,
I'll make sure to update my sheet when I have a chance to take off the ring.
Right.
So.
Reed has a meanwhile. Whenever you have a moment.
Sounds great. Is anybody else going to react to this moment?
Arthur's just going to say, I'm glad A-Task made it out alive. And what was that thing anyway?
Otask explains what it was. We ran into this issue last time.
Because I did this last time, you guys need to roll a wisdom check now because you've all been told what they were. And if nobody wrote it down, that's not my problem.
Hold on, I might have wrote her down.
Wait, what are they talking about?
Whatever that thing that attacked.
Yeah, the real question Arthur is also getting is,
Oh,
what was it, and are there more of them?
It's shoot, I think I have it here.
Oh yeah, there
Damn it,
are
I
for
just wrote-
sure more of them.
Got it.
Tasks.
Yeah, and they're, if I had to guess, they're probably going to come. There'll probably be more next time because, if I had to guess, they thought one wouldn't do it, so maybe they're going to send 3 next time. I don't know. It's just a guess.
You got it.
Don't give the DM ideas.
I haven't heard that cannon go
I don't
off.
think we got. I don't think we were told exactly what they were, but in terms of like what kind of creature it is. But you did say that they are like they're like the kind of guardians of the college. And it says things like that have been circling the island where the college is in the eye of the storm. It says, and then they come to find people. That is what David told us through the eyes of a Tesk. I have the passage.
There you are.
But I don't believe that you told us the creature that it was specifically.
I didn't, and a Tesk would know that.
But
So
is his name Amasru?
nobody asked him his name.
That's something else.
Okay.
A Tesk would know that these are called manti drakes, like a manticore, but he's a manti drake.
Anti-Drake. Well, I have here that Amasru the Saltwing is described as something with the body of a lion, underbelly scales, draconic twisted face, deep blue midnight blue.
Are you saying this in character?
No? I'm just wanting to verify.
Well, then why you need to verify that in character? Because some of us may have that information.
I guess you're right. You're right. I guess I could just not read off of mine. I'm sorry. Yes. That was in character.
So
For the sake of not having
flipping through his like obviously disorganized notes, and like 2 or 3 of them are like falling out of his hands and like landing in the dirt. He like bends over to pick it up, and another one falls out. And he's like, "But
Thank
that's
you.
not what I have in my notes. He's with the body of a lion and blue and
he's a Masru, right? Right? The salt.
Doesn't he draw smut too?
Oh
See-
yeah, I've got all kinds of like crude ass drawings in there because I don't know how to draw, and they all
crayons.
end up like looking pornographic. Yep, that's Reed. Does anybody have anything else to say in response?
Simone's off by himself, so.
I know,
Yeah.
and that I'm gonna get to that. I want to get to that.
Mom's
Yeah,
let you get to
Reed,
that.
that sounds about right. Yeah. There's definitely more of them.
Okay. But he's dead now, right? And we got
That one?
we
Yeah.
got
Oh,
who,
yeah, that one's dead.
who has the scale?
I
Did
think.
somebody grab the scale?
I have the scale. Arthur holds it up.
Well,
and a
you should have.
midnight deep blue scale shimmers in what's left of the light.
Yes. You should have. And that's in character. Reed's happy he's right, because he saw the. Yep. You should have a test check that out. I'm gonna go check on Simone.
Arthur's gonna walk up to a Tesk.
Yeah, what's up?
Why can I not?
I'm gonna look at this.
Here, you want to check this out? You're gonna hold up the scale and
Yeah.
shimmer in the light.
Can I put out my hand and like, can I hold it?
Yeah, you can. Arthur gives it to a Tesk to examine.
Test cast detect magic.
It does give off the magical glow that inherently magical beasts give off. Yes.
Can I tell what kind of magic? Do I have to wait a little bit to cast it again to tell what kind of magic?
No, you don't. I just have to look it up. It would be elemental magic, is what it would be.
Okay. Am I able to discern what kind of element it is?
Yeah, especially because you witnessed the big ass thunderbolt that came out of this
Mm.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Tess could say it's a magical scale. It's like elemental magic, like lightning and stuff. That's why I shot that lightning bolt out at us.
Well, it's better than the information we had when we first encountered this mystical revelations-like beast.
Yeah, I mean, we should probably keep it because it's probably useful. Magical creature things are usually, useful.
Yeah, I'll put it back in my satchel.
I definitely probably wouldn't pull that out if you go to the College of the Arcane Arts, though. I don't know if they'll like you having that, but
Yeah, Arthur's gonna give a firm nod. Probably be a bad idea. My own gunsmith would probably wonder what the heck that is.
probably make it into a cool weapon.
Maybe a new projectile.
Maybe a gun. Make yourself one of those cool boomsticks.
Yeah, a barrel that never dies.
Maybe you can get it to shoot lightning.
Arthur ponders at what Ates says about shooting lightning with using some kind of flintlock firearm. And then immediately gets himself out of the stupor and gets on with the walk. Yeah, we should probably get going.
We're gonna camp
Well,
here, aren't we?
Simone's
Yeah,
not
he is
here.
camping for the night.
Yeah, get going to. Well, what time of day is it?
It's evening. It's 7, 8 o'clock. It's whatever the end of your travel day would be. I DM'd you a little bit to get you to a clean end day, start day point.
He means get on with the watch. So Arthur will take first watch.
Gotcha.
And then I think Reed was walking over. So Monzo's looking at Reed as he walks to Simone.
Yeah, Reed.
Does
Let's hear it.
Monzo does Monzo follow?
No, but he's close enough that he can listen.
I'm gonna approach slowly, and then once I get to about here, hey, Stone, is it safe to approach? And I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look towards Wilb.
Yeah, Wilb like hunches his back, like he's like in, like protector mode,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
And
come up.
and then hold on, and then you see Simone like put his hand onto Wilb, who then immediately just like softens and kind of goes back to his normal Wilb like state.
Okay. I'm gonna nod to Wilb.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wilb
then
just gonna lick his paw.
I'm gonna take a seat next to you.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm like Simone's like sitting there like with his arms across his knees, kind of thing,
How
and just kind of like looking out over the cliff.
how you holding?
To be honest, fool, not good.
I don't blame you for not being happy with his decision, and I can't really relate to you losing your parents. I mean, I'm sorry it's tragic it happened, but I never knew my parents, so having a parental figure, I don't understand that feeling. But I don't think what Kythar did is right by any stretch of the imagination, but I do believe in redemption. I mean, I have to.
Simone's gonna be like, so do I, fool. But usually the person wants to be redeemed, right?
I agree,
we
and
want-
he hasn't shown us any sign of wanting to be redeemed. But I don't think he should be let off the hook. I don't think you should let off on him. I'll give that to you. I think he needs to still prove himself, but
Simone's is gonna stand up and like just continue kind of walking towards the edge of the cliff. He's gonna be like, fool, sometimes I feel like I'm crazy. Like how is everyone able just to let it go so easily, fool? Like, is there something wrong with me?
no, there's nothing wrong with you, and I am only letting it go because that is what Iomade would want. She told me to be the shield in the darkness, so I am trying to be the shield and keep everybody together. I think we need this. I think we need to. I mean, I may not be the one keeping everybody together, but you know, I think all of us together can hold each other together.
Simone's gonna kind of stop, go into to the cliff, and he's gonna kind of turn around and look back at Reed and be like, you can see like there was like tears going down his face and stuff, you know. And he kind of looks at you and goes, "I think you're growing up, Puto."
I don't know about that. I ain't got my first hair yet. But
In a moment.
And he goes,
so what do you
he
say?
goes, "No, I'm gonna put my hand over my bald head and be like, it looks like you took mine, fool. You'll get it."
So, shall we
And
go
then
back and? Oh, go
I
ahead.
kind of
Go ahead.
look. Simone's just kind of like, uh, we made it this far, but I was like, I'm gonna kind of point at Reed and be like, "But if Kaitar is the reason we all died, this is your fault, puto."
That's that's fair. I laugh at Puto. You can hold it against me. You ready? You ready to go? Ready to go get some sleep?
I'm gonna come back and haunt your ass, fool. I'm not gonna let it go either. You think I don't let this shit go?
I
If you
think
survive, oh man, you're never gonna have a good night's sleep again. I'm gonna haunt your ass.
I think you haunting me might be the last of my worries, and I'm gonna point to the crest on my shield there.
Simone's just gonna kind of like take like a deep breath and like put his masculinity back on essentially, and go and join the rest of the group.
I'll follow behind him.
Before you guys come back, I want to just break to the rest of the group. While kind of these people are parting ways and going in different directions, did the rest of you have anything you wanted to say to each other?
Real quick, because Monzo's gonna step away and he's gonna be like awkwardly close to Reed and Simone, like pretending like he's not overhearing, but uncomfortably close, where it's very clear that he's like eavesdropping, but not doing a good job of it.
Is he like tucked? Is he like tucked into the bush, like as much as he can be?
You just see the silhouette of his belly hanging around the corner of the bush, so it's.
I'm
you
gonna
hear
intentionally. I'm gonna intentionally like walk as close to his belly as I can to try and find his eyes and make contact with him.
Hi, Reed.
Hey.
I'm gonna look down. I dropped something.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So what'd you hear?
I'm sorry.
What'd you hear?
Well, this twig broke. And I think there's a cricket in the bush.
Come on, Dork. Let's go. Ooh, this looks good.
Yeah, you guys we're back to being a little bit of a misfit group, as Sigbert says. Sounds like so. Yeah, that's all I heard. So.
Is he gonna follow us back?
Yeah, that was. I just wanted to do that little monologue.
Okay.
It's like a small bus trying to hide behind a
I know.
Honda Civic.
Which just leaves Kythar, Atesk, Arthur, and Sigbert. You four are left for these few moments while these guys are having this conversation. Anything you would like to say to each other?
Arthur's eating the rabbit stew, just kind of enjoying the evening.
Yeah,
Well,
Sigbert's just.
sorry, go ahead.
I was just say Sigbert's just kind of sitting close to Arthur, just kind of eating as well, just kind of chilling.
Yeah, Arthur says to Sigbert, "Cheers."
Cheers.
Holds up a bowl of
I'd eat
soup.
that before Monzo comes back.
Yeah, that's why we're eating right now.
It's good soup. Hey, Tess, here, have a bowl.
Oh yeah, definitely before Monzo comes back.
Yeah, quick. Gives him an extra spoon.
Oh yeah, it's
Like when the-
delicious. Delicious.
It's like when you hear the food dispenser go off and you're a hungry cat comes sprinting over.
Monzo
Yeah.
almost
Monzo just
floats
comes
off
running.
the ground as he like turns, like as his nose direct him, and he turns around and.
He's fluttering. His feet and hands are fluttering.
And a Disney animator comes in.
It's like the Emperor's New Groove over here.
And then the entire party seems to be cautiously standing together once more.
Monzo's going to sit next to Professor Struva and say, "Oh my, you made dinner."
I have a bowl, and he'll point to a log that's right next to him. There's still a little bit left for Monzo to sit on.
So
Yeah,
no,
take a
hope
load
this,
off.
I'm starving. Probably not as hungry as Monzo.
Okay, I
Here.
get it. I'm a big guy. All right.
Here, Monzo, we still have some leftover goat too. Here, take some
Watch your
of this.
fingers. Watch your fingers.
I'm gonna tuck my fingers into my chainmail.
Here, there's a leg of goat that's still saved, and we're roasting it and rotating it on the open fire.
A spit.
A leg.
Honestly.
I thought you have to.
No, on a spit.
Yeah,
On a
that's what I'm saying. On a spit. Oh,
On a
did I
spit,
cut out?
yes.
Sorry, I cut out. On a spit. Yeah.
On a spit.
No,
I
he
see.
spit
yes.
on the leg and then he threw it on the fire.
Oh. What, does Monzo say anything to this? Seeing someone spit on the leg?
No.
So I guess we're all like in a circle now.
Yeah.
That's the flavor, Becky. Fucking.
I guess Monzo's going to be like furtively like glancing around to trying to read the room.
I'm gonna look at.
Everybody really is all hunky dory.
I'm gonna look around and say, I think we're gonna be okay, everybody.
I
Might
want
take some work.
I want everybody to describe what everyone else sees at a glance. Keep in mind they can't tell what you're thinking. They can only tell what you look like. Do you look comfortable? Do you look happy? Do you look uncomfortable? Do you look worried? Do you look anxious? As everybody's looking around, I'm just going to literally go in the circle, starting with Kythar.
Gaithar is 4 days into withdrawal right now, and so he's kind of shaking, but he's sitting down, munching on his rations.
Simone.
Simone's like Stonewall face, like with his chin up, I don't know, I can't do it with my webcam. Just kind of be like, like if someone's posted up, you know what I mean? He's just kind of like, like that, yeah, and just kind of looking up and then like looking around, and he is not partaking in any of the soup. He's just munching on a ration.
You mean like the look that they give when like the Cholo lead, like that? Kind
Yeah,
of look, where they're
yeah,
looking
just
up,
kind of
like under
yeah,
the,
just
under their
kinda looking
beanie.
up. Yeah, like yeah, exactly. Chin up, looking down though,
Uh huh.
posted up, Stonewall face. Wilb, however, is like 10 licks deep into his paws, just going to town. And then goes over his ear, going over his ear, back into his paw, and you hear it. It's like a deep lick. You know what I mean?
What's the other head doing?
What does his purr? What does his purr sound like? Is it like a deep grumble?
It sounds like a V8 supercharger
Jesus fucking Christ.
on idle.
It like whines. It's like a whine.
Supercharger.
And the only reason it whines is because the snakehead Bill, he has small nostrils. So
Okay. Oh, that's fucking good. So Reed, you've got this this purring, sloppy, paw licking creature, and posted up Simone on your right. What do you look like? What are you up to?
At first glance, I'm like really confused at what Wilb is, because I've never heard anything purr like that. So I'm very confused for a moment, and then I look towards the group and I look a little optimistic. How would you describe optimistic? Like as a facial.
You can look optimistic. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a stupid look on his face. Just,
Yeah, just like dumb shit-eating grin. Like we're gonna be fine.
oh, naivety.
I know when your parents are yelling in the other room, but you got your video game on.
Oh my god.
Here to play old school RuneScape.
That's a full inventory of lobbies.
I paid the damn bills last month.
Fucking Christ.
Oh,
I'm not speaking from experience.
as real as it gets here, folks.
So I've been told.
And coming back into the game, Sigbert, what does your party see as they look at you sitting around this ring?
I'm just kind of sitting there still eating the soup, but I'm kind of like my eyes are going from Kythar to Simone, just kind of keeping an eye on everything. A little, I might look a little tense, just because I'm not sure what's exactly could happen still. But I'm just eating the soup, just going back and forth.
So like, is your
Looking at-
like you have shifty eyes right now? Is what you're saying?
Not, I wouldn't. It's more, I guess, cautious than shifty eyes.
More
I
like
guess you would say just kind of like watching.
More like Clint Eastwood eyes, not really shifty, but like leering, like
Alert.
Alert. I don't know.
Leering, I like
I
that.
guess more alert and just kind of not more, just kind of just watching. I guess more would be a better way to say it. Not like giving them the stink eye, but just kind of just looking back and forth. I guess if my eyes did make like if me and Simone made eye contact, I'd try to look like somewhat empathetic towards him. But
It's like sad eyes, straight eyes, sad eyes.
Sigbert uses
Yeah, that
leering.
actually
It
would be-
lowers their defense.
but yeah, that's what he's doing.
Great, Monzo.
So Monzo, there'd be like a conversation on his left and a conversation on his right, and he's kind of not in either, but he's like laughing in one conversation and then like laughing in the other, but like nervously looking around at everybody.
Wait, who's he laughing? Nobody's saying anything.
That makes it even more awkward. He's essentially nervous, uncomfortable.
And a Tesk.
Tesk has a full belly. He didn't die. Generally, he's pretty relaxed and having a good day. So he's pretty content with himself. He's got a fancy new ring as well. So he's doing pretty good.
And anybody who might not have been present during that exchange would be able to notice that their companion is now wearing a new ring. A Tesk is like admiring it, perhaps, for a moment or two in the circle.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're like holding it out like an engagement ring, like
No,
Like-
I'm just
like
like,
when you're-
have it
like
on,
when you're
like,
eating-
looking at it.
Yeah,
It's
like-
He
shiny.
got it
When
at
you're-
Tiffany's.
when you're like when you're eating your bowl of like rabbit or whatever, you're like really pushing out your ring finger on the spoon
yeah.
that you're
Oh yeah. Really
like
playing
trying
it
to
up.
make it glisten.
He's hitting on metal, like getting the ting out of it.
Oh, this little thing.
Oh god.
Simone's gonna be like, "What's that, fool?"
As a gesture of good faith, Kythar gave me his ring of protection that he got. Isn't
Plus
it?
one.
It's an enhanced ring of protection.
Simone's just gonna kind of go back to doing what he was doing.
Can't please the man. Can't fucking please him.
Not in character or in character?
Not a character. Not a character. Kythar staying quiet, going through his shakes, trying to eat his ration. He didn't get to finish.
And this large man is taking these tiny nibbles on this ration as he shakes and tries to get through it.
You cold there, Kythar?
No,
I have some pigskin you can wear.
no, I'm good. I just anybody have a drink? And I look at Simone. knowing that he had the glass of wine beforehand, or not the glass, or the bottle of wine beforehand?
I'm just gonna point towards the cliff and be like, "It's down there."
Which direction?
I'm gonna be like, "That way, fool." Specifically, 300 feet down.
Look at Monzo. You still got that rope?
I said, "No, but I got you a drink," and I'll walk over and pour some water into his skin.
Oh, thanks,
Yeah,
bud.
don't mention it. Yeah.
When he's picking it up to
Fresh
his
water.
lips, he's picking his lips. His hands still like just shaking. The water's just splashing everywhere.
My grandfather was the same way.
Is Kythar eyes yellow? Like, is he having cirrhosis issue?
No. He's not that bad yet. He's not that bad yet. God damn.
Okay, thank God.
Oh,
Had to get some charcoal out of the fire.
Hey, and Simone's not going to get him cirrhosis of the liver.
So Kythar sees the stick lying on the ground. He breaks it off, makes it like a little, and he like dusts it off, and he puts it between his teeth and just starts chewing on it. He's jonesing, man. He's jonesing.
and just the loud crunching sound of Kythar chewing bark fills the air.
He can be okay.
I'm gonna look at that now, and Simone's actually gonna feel bad for him, because now he's thinking that maybe maybe
wasn't
his
really
intelligence isn't that this guy's chewing on pieces of bark. Maybe maybe he doesn't really mean what he's like a reactionary kind of guy.
He's more clear-headed when he's drunk. When he's sober, he's fucking blitzed out of his mind.
He's Bender.
I mean, he's
Futurama. Yep, we've been over this.
fucking exactly. That's my inspiration right there.
Simone says, he'd be like, once everyone's kind of done eating, he'd be like, I'll take first watch.
And you're
I'll be
with
right
Arthur.
behind you.
I'll go right behind you.
I'll go with Reed. I'll watch with Reed.
Yeah, we should double up. I'll go with Simone.
I'll go with Sigbert.
That leaves one watch, right? 2, 4, 6.
Yeah, Arthur said he was going to take the first watch, but Anthony also said he's going to take the first watch.
You guys take the first watch. I'll take the last watch.
Okay.
Okay, so
Monza goes straight to bed.
then I need to know. I'm sorry, I didn't get your guys' order down. So it sounds like it's Arthur and Simone to start.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
So who's next?
Reed and Kythar.
Kyth. Next.
Sigbert and Tess.
Oh, Monza asleep.
And the last. Smonzo.
Monzo. Yeah.
Is that 4 watches or 3?
It's 4 watches. 4 2-hour watches.
Okay, yeah. Monzo's last. Sorry.
Okay, no, you guys are fine. Great. So then, everybody who is not Arthur and Simone can continue to do camp, whatever stuff. If you guys have downtime activities you want to keep your hands busy with as you're doing your watches, then you can do that as well with this long rest period you guys are looking to take.
Yep.
And
Dragoon pistol.
And then Arthur and Simone, I just need you guys to roll me some perception checks here.
Okay. If I have Will help me, does that add towards my perception since we're two separate?
You can take the higher
not-
of the two of you. You can roll for both of you and use whoever has the highest because you can see out of both of your eyes. So, 183 Stover. Wow, you win.
18.
Didn't hit the
I
DC.
got a 15.
A 15, great. Then what is obvious to the both of you as you sit here during your nightly watch is that the sound of thunder, not so far off, begins to fill the air, first quietly, but louder and more often over the 2 hours of your watch. The skies haven't quite gotten to pitch black, but you look in the direction that the thunder is coming from, and you can see dark clouds. But otherwise, your 2 hours passes without no.
Uh, can I ask? Can I talk to
Of course,
Professor
yeah. Talk is
Stewart?
always free. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, Professor, what were you a professor of, fool?
Firearms and experimental powders and cartridges.
Gosh, did you actually teach classes, or were you like, what they say, like, shit, where you're like trying to find more shit out? It starts with an R.
Oh,
V.
research.
There you go.
Yeah, it was a hybrid role. You'd have to teach every like 3 classes a quarter, and then the rest of it would be research based.
Oh, that's interesting. Where are you from? What part of this? Are you even from here?
The University Castle, New Birmingham. It's a little bit outside of of our realm currently.
Is that actually where you were born?
Actually, yes. It has got a feel to Edgetown, that Navy kind of coastal region, along with the castle that's looking over the coast. Real nice area.
What drove you to like leave the? If it's such a nice area, if you don't mind me asking, like what led you to leave the area?
Oh, what made it home passed away. My folks died, and so did my significant other. I don't really like talking about the second one. And then,
Oh shit!
yeah, that one. Well, you asked. That's fine. Um, uh, th- there's a family heirloom that links back to our family's past, and I want to see. I just want to make sure I can preserve their memory, and then put it back with the university, and
Did,
make sure our lives meant something.
did you lose it? Was
No,
it taken from you?
it's with somebody else in our family. We'll have to go find it eventually. So I'm out here. Maybe it'll turn up if I travel enough, but I haven't found any leads. But I wasn't going to find any leads after searching everywhere in the castle. And then
So
the research got boring without having someone to come back to that loves you, and so I'm on the road.
well, I hope you find a new sort of love with this kind of crowd that we're in.
I hope so. I hope so, and I hope you do too. I mean, this is it can be mighty lonely out here. So it's glad that we're working together despite our differences.
That's what I'm learning to overcome, Professor. That's what I'm learning to overcome.
Yeah, why are you out here?
Well, after my parents died too, like couldn't really keep the merchant thing going since you need like gold to do that, and all our shit got burned and stolen. So I kind of hopped begging and like fucking thieving, just like trying to make a hustle, fool, like just like make some fucking gold. This is like so I can get some bread and shit. And that's when I saw this opportunity to like get some real gold from a lord, fool. So I was like, hey, I'm sure this puto lord has something like, oh, dude, can you like, take care of like some gnomes in my backyard or some shit and give me some gold? I could, buy a house or something or get a wagon and at least start back up. But yeah, then it fucking turned out like, kobolds and dragons and shit. Now we're getting chased. And listen, fool, I just wanted to like start my family's business up again. And now this shit's happening. So like, wasn't really expecting all that.
High risk, and I'm glad you're going away from the people who stole from you. I mean, it's a very sad story, Simone. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I feel like there's tragedy all around us, fool. I'm just another story in it.
Another story in Valmina.
That's right. And then
Yeah,
that's all I have to say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Arthur will say one more. And do you want us to
Yeah.
light some sentry fires so that way we can have a better line of sight for the next guys coming on shift?
I think with where we're at right now and some of the information about the golems, fool, I think trying to stay as low key as possible are golems giants. trying to stay as low key as possible is probably our good call.
So we're just gonna go with as low light as possible. So Arthur's gonna look at the campfire. Should we?
If you know a way of being able to protect a campfire from a rain, that might be helpful.
Arthur will put up a little construction, a little bit of like a wood awning that's just high enough above the fire so that way it doesn't exactly catch.
And
And then he puts it.
if you're worried about light too, I'll remind you that Arthur ended up with a lantern from
Oh yeah.
the stuff last time too.
Yeah, you'll see Arthur pull out. Been using this the last hour or so, but I left it by the campfire.
Did you leave it by the
Yeah,
campfire on?
It was off.
It was off. Okay.
So the next shift can use it. As it gets darker.
And that will be all I got.
That's all I have.
Okay, great. You guys hand off your watch to Reed and Kythar. You guys see Arthur's lantern nearby. Can hear the sound of thunder, and it begins to gently rain. I need you guys' perception checks for your watch, but Reed and Kythar can say whatever they like to each other.
Sorry, I was on mute. Is it like raining on us, or are we covered?
You guys don't have tents. Nobody has anything like that. I think Arthur maybe packed away a tent.
Yeah, Arthur's got a tent.
I think everybody else just has bedrolls.
Neat.
Kythar's gonna just get a log, pull up to the fire, and just sit there. Let's see. There you go.
I'll go take a seat next to Kythar. Wow, look at that.
Is that your final?
Oh, 11
perception?
was. No, that's a 17.
17. So your senses are dulled a little bit because it is getting darker, and there is rain beginning to start. And at the start of your 2-hour watch, the rain is light, but it begins to get steadier and steadier over the next 2 hours. You're able to see a couple of flashes of lightning in the direction the thunder's coming from as the thunder rolls in and begins to get louder as well. And Reed, he could have sworn that with that last crack of lightning and roll of thunder, like he like almost felt it in the bottoms of his feet, like it was loud.
Okay. How far apart are these? This thunder.
Like, are you trying to gauge how far away the
Yeah.
storm is?
No, I'm trying to gauge how far away the thuds are. The thing that's making the ground shake.
It was the thunder. It was correlating with the thunder.
Okay. Hey, Kythar, I think this storm's gonna be right on top of us here soon. It seems like.
Well, we ain't going anywhere, so might as well get comfortable.
All right. I guess we'll tuck in
So-
and try and weather this out.
Is the fire staying lit?
It stays lit at the beginning of your watch as you throw extra logs and things on it. But now that you're kind of arriving at the end of your watch, it's like water is beginning to pool as the ground saturates, and it's not staying lit very well now.
Okay. I try to make a moat around it so the water doesn't seep into the coal area to kind of to drain it out.
Cool. You got 2 hours. You dig it out and try and throw more wood on it, and it's going, but the wood's getting wetter by the minute. That's not actively on the fire. But you're.
Could I? Go ahead.
No, go Reed.
Could I look around maybe somewhere over here that's undercover for a bit more drier wood?
Yeah, you can. And as you look, like some of these shrubs have a couple of small twigs and stuff, and like the shrubs themselves are dry, but they're also living, wood. So that's not great, but it's better than soaked wood.
Yeah.
And then there is like a little overhang here. This shrub, there's one shrub that's completely dry.
Kythar just takes out a torch from his pack and just throws it on the fire. That's dry enough.
And the oil from the torch will keep at least a small flame going.
All right. I did. Is Reed still there, or did he walk away for a second?
No, we're still right next to each
okay.
other. 'Cause our bedrolls aren't too far from here, I think.
I turned to look at Reed as like, so what does your God say about forgiveness?
My god is one of the few mortals who, my goddess, rather, is one of the few mortals who transcended to godhood. Anybody can be redeemed. Any soul can be redeemed, I believe.
I didn't ask about being redeemed. I asked for forgiveness.
You can be forgiven, of course.
How many Hail Marys is that? I'm kidding.
Hell, what? Who's Mary?
Hell, Mazade or whatever the fuck your name is.
Iomade?
Yeah, Iomade. Hell.
Well, we don't really hail Iomade like that. We're not sacrilegious like that. We fight for good and honor and valor and justice. We believe in knighthood and brotherhood.
What about sisterhood? I'm more curious about that.
Well, we don't have any sisters in our group.
Ah, so you guys are sexist.
No. I'm looking around. I'm saying this group. There's no sisters among us here, but yeah.
I
there were
point
sisters,
at
there were sisters.
Sigurd with his long hair. I was like, well, that could be one.
I suppose if you looked hard enough, squinted. Which is what got me in trouble last time when I tried to draw a picture of Monzo and Wilb.
All right. Hold on.
No, it doesn't. But it does when NPCs get involved, Becky. It's just I have no control over my player pool.
What was the Bechtel test?
It's a story who has two female characters. Neither one of them are talking about like being mothers or children or something. Like it's like women in stories get shoehorned into the exact same role so often that it's like stupidly simple to like you can't use these things and yeah, anyway.
Okay.
But
I didn't have anything more to add.
cool. Then your guys' watch is going to pass, and that'll bring us to Sigbert and Tesk.
Thanks for
Is that storm still going on?
Yeah. Excuse me. And at this point, everybody. Okay. There are at least two women featured. These women talk to each other, and they discuss something other than a man. That's what it is. They discuss something other than a man. Thank you, Becky. So you guys can roll your perception checks, please, Sigbert and Tesk. But at this point, the rest of the party has woken up, except for Arthur, who is nice and dry in his tent. Everybody else is at this point too soaked through to be able to comfortably sleep.
Assuming it's like pouring down on us now.
Yeah, it is getting significantly stronger.
I think we should find some cover. I'm assuming it's like
You don't have to
Owl
yell. I
rain.
can hear you clearly from right over here.
Is the rain not loud?
You know, the rain's noisy, but you guys are only a few feet away from each other too.
Oh, okay. I won't yell it then. I'll take my Uki.
Take my oopsie.
But I agree. We should probably go find cover or something. This is uncomfortable, and I woke up. It's my watch time, but I don't think I could sleep.
Yeah, I agree, but this wouldn't be some more of your friends coming to try to get you, would it?
No, I don't think it's them. Kind of looks puzzled.
Look,
You
it's the
look it
lightning.
Can Simone do a detect magic on the clouds to see if there's any magic in them?
No, because they're more than 60 feet away.
Ooh.
Assuming your detect magic is the 60-foot cone that I understand detect magic to be. I know you may have modifiers and things.
I am going to concentrate for more than one round to hopefully extend my detect magic rate. If not, then no, I don't.
Okay, great. Yeah, then it doesn't it doesn't. Here's what I will tell you. It does not appear that like you can't sense all the way up to the clouds, but it's a huge wedge that you do sense, and you can feel that there are like particles of magic, and there's like it's not really fair because there are always particles of magic. Even when you set this thing off, and I'd say there's no magic, there's always like one or two random magical, butterfly effect type, like
Yeah,
almost like
it's just like
ghosts right
innate
through
in
here,
the world.
right? But
Yeah.
it's like it's more concentrated, and you can notice that it's more concentrated, and it is that like raw elemental magic that like the earth and like nature, and I guess not the earth, that Valmina and nature kind of possess inherently. And as you're like setting off this detect magic, I'm going to say that I'm going to use part of Sigbert and Atesk's rolls here, and there's another flash of lightning and clap of thunder, and both Sigbert and Atesk definitely feel a distinct rumble with with the rolling thunder. It literally physically makes the ground tremble slightly.
I mean, everyone would feel it at that point, right?
I'm going to argue that because Sigbert and Atesk were already awake and conscious and standing and alert, that they're, listening and they're in this. Everybody else is kind of in that groggy, coming out of being asleep state. They're like waking up in a pile of mud. They're like trying to get up. So this is kind of the first feed of information from Sigbert and Atesk's watch roll.
Gotcha. I'm gonna stand up and be like, "We need to get to we need to find some covers, fool. Have you guys seen anything?" I'm
No.
talking
Checks.
to Atesk and Sigbert.
No, I haven't seen anything at all. Just the rain and the thunder, lightning. Guess you don't see the thunder.
Yeah,
It's loud.
yeah, the lightning was kind of big right now, though.
And we all do
Yeah,
like
I
a...
mean, just
Go ahead.
I'm saying it's probably like we're in the fucking mountains, fool. Like, I guess that makes sense, right?
We're kind of close to it, so yeah.
It, yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, you might be right. I don't know.
Well, I don't see us getting any more sleep tonight. Should we like fucking start heading down the mountain?
We could try to find some type of cover. Maybe
I'm
there's a
I'm
cave on
already
this
my
mountain.
bedroll.
You're what, Reed?
I'm packing my bedroll already. Getting ready to go.
Arthur, I will rule
Yeah.
the noise from the storm at this point is loud enough to wake you, even
Okay.
inside your tent.
Arthur wakes up and gets his way out of his tent to find the rain.
How soon were we into their shift when we all woke up?
Not very. Right at the start. You guys
That
are
was the
about
third
4 hours.
shift?
You guys are 4 hours into your night. Your hour 4 through hour 6 watch is the one that this happened to at 4 hours and 5 minutes.
Got it.
Up to you, DM. My plan was to swap out some spells during my rest period. Is that still allowed? If not, it's okay. I can just refresh my spells, but I was planning on swapping some spells out.
Well, I'm going to say that depends on the party. You guys are halfway through a rest. If you guys are going to just head down the mountain and you don't finish your rest, then I'm going to argue you don't have the opportunity to do that. If you guys try to find somewhere for cover and sleep the next 4 hours, I would argue you complete your long rest and are absolutely entitled to that.
So could
Okay.
we all do like a group perception check to see if there's cover anywhere before we head down the mountain?
At this point, it's not going to do a ton of good, whether one of you does it or 7 of you does it. So if you guys want to assign people to, tell you what, no, you don't even need to do that. So I will use Sigbert's and Atesk's watch rolls because they're excellent, because they're covering these 2 hours and represent them looking around and doing the best they can during these 2 hours. And with a result of 22 and 19, after a brief 20-30 minutes of heading, like basically by the time Arthur gets his tent down and packed and everybody's ready to go, Sigbert and Atesk like come back from around the corner, and they're like, yeah, we found a small like overhang. It's not perfect, but it should keep us dry through the night. It's only 10 minutes up the road.
Up, meaning down, or back the way we came?
So you're down in the direction you're going.
Okay, cool.
Let's go.
Like, all right, fool.
We're wassailing.
We're gonna.
We're gonna have to cuddle.
Do you need our marching order?
I, in this instance, do not need your marching order, but it is always best practice if you're moving anywhere to do that. But because you're just kind of doing a short jaunt from one to another, it will not become applicable in this case. However, you guys are making your way around the serpentine style road that snakes through these mountains, and as another crack of thunder and lightning, shake the ground beneath you. You, in the brief illumination that the lightning creates through the now torrential downpour of water, you're able to see 2 incredibly large humanoid figures off in the distance.
What's the distance? Like,
I'd argue
how
like
long?
it's these things are huge. They're probably like 2 miles away, but you can still tell that these are humanoid figures.
In the direction that we have to go.
No, not in the direction you have to go. You guys are heading due south, and they are probably like northeast from where you guys are at now.
Okay.
Does anybody have a light on?
Arthur does.
I'm gonna tell Arthur. I'm like, hey, fool, put that out.
Okay. You see Arthur go into his lantern and put it out.
I'm gonna point, or Monzo's gonna point and say, "Well, must be a statue. They're so big, right? Is that a city?"
Nah, fool. And then Simone's gonna open up the journal. I'm kind of going. I don't have my notes on me because my computer's down, David. But
Right,
I'm
yeah,
gonna try to
you're good.
go off of my memory of. This is where. What's his name? Takar.
Tahaka.
The orc. Tahaka. Thank you. This is where like fucking Tahaka said like. This is where the giants are, fool. That puto's a giant. Actually, both those big putos are giants.
They're huge. It's like two. It's like two clicks away, 4 clicks away.
Almost as big as Monzo.
I say, are those your
Wow.
are those your parents, fool?
Wait, you talking to me?
No, I'm talking
Monzo's
to
a good
Monzo.
Oh,
That was a good one. That was a good one.
I just kind of hushly just say, we need to get the fuck out of here.
And there's another crash of lightning, and you can see in that moment the distinctive throwing motion of one of the humanoids, and then you hear a roll of thunder as you watch a section of mountain slide down in the distance.
Okay, this is a little Game of Thrones, a little Lord of the Rings. Love the inspiration.
TM. Lord of the Rings TM.
You'll be getting a letter here.
They're trying to bring down the mountain.
wait, so they're fighting with each other, or they're coming after?
It's Saruman.
At a glance,
hear
they
Oh,
appear
I
to
see.
be fighting each other.
Okay.
Protect the wildlings. I mean, fucking
The halflings.
the halflings.
But it hits the mountain not near us, right?
No, it hits a mountain also off in the distance, but you can see even from here huge sections of it break loose and boulders that must be the size of a tavern tumbling down the mountainside.
Jesus. I'm gonna be like, where's that little outcropping, fools?
Oh, not
This
under
way.
it.
We need Yeah. Yeah.
And after another
Thank
few
you.
moments of travel, you guys round the corner. Thank you guys for remembering who saw it. And Sigbert and Atesk round one final corner. You guys round behind them, and there's a about 40-foot long by like 15 feet wide like shelf, which is just kind of covering some of the space underneath it, and it's not perfect. But with the direction the rain is, or the direction the wind is blowing, it's blowing like sideways, like the direction you guys were walking, so it's not blowing in to the area. And it's going to be tight, but there's enough room here. It's about 40 foot by 15 foot of dry space, but it's still loud.
I guess we better try and get.
I'm gonna be like, this is it. This is the dry spot.
Yeah, it's dry.
Hey,
We
fool,
said it was Yield
give us
Brew
5
Pub.
Give us 5 minutes in this spot. There's not going to be one half that's going to be dry, fool. We're going to
Well,
have
if
to
you
be
got someplace
close.
better,
And as,
Yeah, wherever those
Simon's
fucking things are.
Simon's just going to kind of look down and be like, no.
And Monzo's going to
Okay,
say, "Oh, go ahead."
I was just saying. Oh, I just was gonna say. Okay, well, what's next do?
Monzo's going to say, "Well, some of us are going to be dry. Hey, Professor, do you need a hand with your tent?"
DM, I don't know how.
I have an extra steak.
Yeah, how big is it, Dave?
Or is it a...
There's enough clearance to get your tent up in here. Yeah, but you're gonna take up probably like a third of the space on your own by putting the tent up.
I mean, like, yeah, as he starts to put it up, I'm like, you don't get a whole private room to yourself, fool.
Maybe one of us could stay with them. Maybe there's room for two. I don't know.
Monzo,
Then the math
you
works
could barely
out.
fit in the tent yourself.
Damn it.
Look at that thing, and I point at his gut.
Oh my God! Why is that?
You're pointing at my what?
His gut.
Can I roll into initiative? I'm Monzo was looking at Professor Strova because I said maybe there's room for two.
Yeah, is there like a patch off to the side that's like not covered?
Yeah, you could absolutely set it up like outside the covered area, and you'd get wet setting it up, but then you could turn it so that the entrance is from the dry zone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Arthur's gonna do.
I look at Monzo's like, well, he can use you as a mattress.
Hey, at least I'm dry. Get out of my face.
Arthur, having pity on Monzo, goes, "Come on in. It'll be tight, but come on in."
Cut to cutscene. He's like completely at the edge of the.
I know. Everybody else has gone to sleep. Reed's pulling the tent flat back, sketching.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm trying to draw this, and I want to know how well I do.
In my head, it looks like Monzo in the tent is like the Incredible Hulk seconds before he rips his shirt off.
Definitely like a part of the
A
tent
tight
that's
fit.
protruding.
And as I'm drawing, I'm gonna say, Monzo, my muse.
More like her canvas.
There's no
Not
way
the
to
first
do
time
this
I've-
without them seeing you. So Monzo and Atesk, or Monzo and
I whisper that under my breath.
Monzo and
I'm drawing them.
Arthur see Reed just like standing in the tent drawing. Like it's a tent, Reed. You can't. There's no way to.
Monzo is gonna like lay on his side, but do like one of those side like Greek eating grapes poses.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Arthur's
Is
not
it-
having it.
Okay, Arthur, what are you doing?
So is he just standing in the
He's literally
just the
standing in the
entrance?
doorway sketching you guys.
Don't you want to get some sleep?
It's art.
I have to capture this moment. I
So
must do
are
this.
like raindrops
I'm
falling
compelled.
onto his, or raindrops falling onto his notebook, and like he's
No,
sketching it,
because
spearing all over the
he's
place.
under the because he's got that at least in the tent with you. He's standing in the doorway, so I mean he's half in the tent with you.
Arthur doesn't care anymore. He's, all right, fine.
He's
Puts
all,
the
this is
hat-
my rest period. You could do what you want to do with it.
And then, how well do I do?
Reed, you don't have any drawing experience. You do not do well, especially because you're being hurried in the process by Arthur.
Can I roll?
Yeah, I mean, you can roll for it. I mean, it's going to be arbitrary, your answer, though.
yeah.
I will warn you.
Yeah.
I'd love an arbitrary
Nice. Nice.
We live on arbitrary rules.
With a 9, you did get a little water in the paper, so like you pushed through it at one point. So there's like a hole in it where one of Monzo's eyes is supposed to be, because the pencil just like went through the wet page. And otherwise, it's just a bad drawing.
Okay. I'll crumble that one and throw it away. I'll get him later.
That's when you climax.
No. Then I'm gonna go to bed.
The rest of Sigbert's and Atesk's watch will not have any other major events other than, of course, the storm, the continued lightning. If you guys are looking for them, you'll be able to see the silhouettes moving about off in the distance, ranging anywhere between 1 and 3 miles from you at any given point, lumbering around, tossing huge chunks of mountain at one another. But your mountain, outside of the torrential rain, is peaceful. Anything that you guys would like to say to each other, you can, and when you're done, you'll need to wake Monzo up because he has the last watch.
I'd like to spend some time with my jewel encrusted gloves to figure out what they do.
That is an identify magic. Any of your skills that you have that you want to add to that modifier. Give her
my use magical device skill.
There you go. That's the one.
About fucking time I put some skill points in this. Haven't used it once. All right. That's a 14. Not
there
bad.
you go. 14 is solid. So I will remind you, these are a pair of white linen gloves with 8 sapphires embedded in the knuckles, but it looks like there was a slot for each on the thumb on either side for one as well, which are empty. And you are spending this time with them and trying to focus on, because I'll remind you, when you put them on, you felt an expansion of your magical abilities, but you weren't able to identify precisely how or why. And now that you sit here with it and spend time with it, you can identify these correctly as gloves of first aid.
Oh,
Aha!
that's interesting.
Isn't it?
Let's see. Nope, not on Amazon.
I was googling it too. The first thing that popped up.
Sigbert and Atesk, you're on watch together.
Yeah, good call out, Sigbert. Good finding this place.
Yeah. I mean, couldn't really find anything else. At least it keeps us dry for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, as long as some of us are bitching about it, after a long, hard day. Yeah, be happy with some dry space, but appreciate you you had my back there earlier, back with the monster thing. Sorry that it attacked you and all. Didn't really mean for that to happen.
Well, that's no biggie. I mean, I'm sure we'll have to deal with it again.
That's just laughs. That's a good one, Sigbert. I Are you prepared to, lay down your life for one of our compatriots? Because I think my life's been forfeit this whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the core, I just feel that as a unit, as a group, that's just my duty to do. I don't know, just a personal feeling.
Yeah. I mean, we got this quest that we're apparently on. Cade tasked us with finding all this stuff. It's a lot. Want to do good. Prevent dragon apocalypse or whatever.
Yeah,
That's all a test is gonna say.
Sounds great. Then Sigbert and Atesk end their
Yeah.
watch and wake Monzo up for the last 2 hours as the light of day would begin to break, but because of this storm, things are still as dark as they were hours ago. Monzo, please roll me your watch perception.
Yes.
And you have nobody to talk to, so is there anything you want to do during your watch?
So my perception is a +10, so 23.
Great.
I think Monzo would be sitting in the dry part, but his feet are in the rain, and he'd just be singing to himself like the equivalent of like a childhood song, like a Saturday morning cartoon song.
Yeah.
And then he also wants to be spending time with his jar of interesting mushrooms. I don't know if it's magic or not, but he'd be eating them.
He'd be eating them, and
You know,
he knew
slowly.
that when he ate them the first time, that he like made a save. Like he knows that there was something that almost happened to him. So I just want to
Yeah,
clarify.
he'd probably eat another one,
Cool. All right. Yeah. Please roll me a
like for breakfast right at the end.
yeah, fortitude saving throw then for me, please.
No food is gonna get the best of Monzo.
That's a fortitude.
Yeah.
Oh, ability is +5, so 15.
15. Yeah. You know it. As it slides down the back of your throat and lands on your stomach, you feel it immediately set to work turning your stomach, and you can feel it roiling inside you for a moment before something bubbles back up and you belch and feel much better.
Really better once you get a taste for them, but nobody's awake, so. And then my main perception was 23.
And then 23 on your check. The sights and sounds of the storm are the same that I described to the two before you. You can see these two large humanoid figures, throwing these what must be building-sized, chunks of mountain at one another through the lightning and the thunder, which rumbles the ground underneath your feet. But as you look around over your shoulder at the people behind you, you look up and see that there's a small bat which has, become perched up above uh, Kythar, and he just defecates on Kythar's shoulder, just bat shit. Go on now. You watch him just poop on Kythar, like rolls over onto it, kind of thing in his sleep.
I'm going to hold up a piece of dried fruit and say, "Here you go, little guy."
Roll me an animal handling check.
Oh, jeez.
Untrained 6.
The bat comes over and you like hold up the piece of fruit and it bites you on the hand instead.
Yeah.
Did anybody see, or is everybody still asleep?
It looks like
I'm
everybody's still
asleep.
asleep.
Arthur's out. He didn't see it.
In my childhood, there was a story of great powers coming from something like this.
I love it. And then I'm going to say that the last 2 hours passes, and your party begin to, rouse from their slumber one by one as the storm continues to rage on all around you. But the thunder does appear to be coming from a more distant location, and the figures do appear to be getting smaller.
What is this, California?
Can I see the I-5 from here? Is it flooded? Okay, then I guess as soon as my watch is ending, I'll be. Is it still raining?
Yes, but not quite as bad. It's still full blown raining, but not a torrential downpour.
Okay, if there's a little area in the overhang, even a small dry space, Monzo would start to make a fire.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of room for that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll be making a fire as everybody wakes up.
Cool. Yeah, I guess I'll put this in perspective for you guys. Not like it really matters, but. Oh, no, that's a circle. I don't want that. 15. That's the size space we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
So there's like enough room for everybody, just not a ton of extra space.
For like a tent.
Right, like that was exactly the issue. Like if you're gonna try to put a tent up down here, yeah, it's gonna take up a lot of space. But if you have the tent like they have it set up, where the tent is just like an extra thing that's out here, then it doesn't. Then it's fine.
Yeah.
So Monzo is now making a fire somewhere. So there's plenty of room for you to do that. And the rest of you are awake. What would you like to do?
Am I allowed to change my spell slots now?
Yes, because you completed a long rest. Absolutely.
Okay.
And all HP is back, basically. We only had a little bit to go.
Well, you recover your HP based on how many hit die you have, from my understanding, right?
It's actually rules as written. Pathfinder is you collect a static number of hit points every long rest, and it's kind of a joke how few hit points it is. So we've just been playing that a long rest recovers hit points because it's easier for people to keep track of that way, and because it's literally like
Cool.
it's like 2 times your number of hit dice or something. So like that would mean for you guys level 6 it'd be 12 hit points a night, which means for those of you who lose 30 or 40 hit points, you'd need to spend 4 or 5 nights in town before you were back at full health. Which if you guys want to play like that, I'm down to. I just kind of assumed you didn't, but.
No,
That's
I
a
don't
difficulty setting past what we're doing. That's the hardcore setting. We're playing the
Yeah.
normal.
Training wheels.
We're
Still.
playing normal. Yeah.
Right.
We're not on Dark Souls yet.
Cool. Then you guys are all awake. Monzo's cooking breakfast. What are you guys doing? It's raining.
Arthur's gonna look for some food.
Roll a survival check, please, Arthur.
Sounds good.
Is it daylight out?
It should be, but there's still pretty thick cloud cover.
17.
Okay.
17 is enough for you to come back with. What do you have access to up here? 3 squirrels.
What is this, like Christmas? You start with the goat, then 2 rabbits, and then 3 squirrels.
5 golden rings.
2 golden doves.
Arthur's still like kind of glad because we're in the mountains. I mean, there's not like a bighorn would have been nice, but he's glad to have food.
Right. So I'm saying they're small critters. That's a good roll. Not gonna come back empty-handed.
Yeah, some skewers start coming out. Well, here we go. Open fire.
Need help packing up the tent? Start getting our stuff ready.
Monzo, that'd be much appreciated.
Oh, not a problem.
So what are we gonna do about Or giants. Or giant problems.
Why don't we just not go to them? We got to go south, not that direction.
Well, we don't know which way they were going, and they're giants. I mean, their legs, they could probably cover miles in a few minutes if they had to.
Yeah, but we'll see them coming, right?
Will we?
I would hope so.
Well, shit, I can hear them from here.
Is that true?
Would we still hear and feel them walking?
Yeah, I'm asking the
Oh,
DM.
I'm sorry. You can still hear thunder, but it does not shake the ground as it did before.
Okay. All right. Well,
And I mean, you can
Becky, then we'll get
physically
going?
see with your eyeballs when the lightning, crashes, like how far away they are, and they have gotten slightly farther away from you guys now.
okay. Well, I guess we'll wait for Becky, and then we'll get on the road.
Do we get more of those horses? I sprained my leg in that last fight. I don't know if you can give us another horse or something.
Who are you talking to, fool?
You.
What am I, the fucking stable master or some shit?
Hey, that's a respectable profession.
Yeah.
A farrier, even.
That's a respectable
I mean,
profession.
someone's gonna be like, "Yeah, fool," but have we even looked at the area we're going to yet? Like, do we even fucking know if we can take the horses there?
I mean, I got this map, and I'm going to hold up the map that looks like Reed drew it. Clearly is nothing.
That's the map to the ruins, fool.
The one that I handed you is junk, not the one to the ruins.
Oh, okay.
That's the one
It's
you
clearly
looted off
drunk.
the orc body at the camp.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it literally looks like a toddler drew it. It's just nonsense.
Monzo rolled low, and he thinks that it's like this this missing piece of it. Like there's a treasure map,
it
and this
has
is the one with the
Monzo's
X.
notes on it. You can see that he has added to it in his own handwriting.
Like a triangle. I'm doing what's the measurement called where you can find the sides of the triangle? You know, Joe?
Pythagorean theorem?
Yeah. I'm like
Oh.
rediscovering Pythagorean's theorem on it. So I handed it to Simone.
And be like, this looks like junk, fool.
You gotta look closer.
I look closer at it. I don't see anything, fool. It looks like nothing.
Okay, give it back. You clearly
Are you-
you're not the detective.
so
Nobody said that
when he-
Simone is the detective here. Okay.
Whenever he goes to grab for it, I'm gonna pull it back and be like, hold on, fool, wait. What are you seeing that I'm not?
Hang on, can I get a look at that? Let me see here.
Yeah, have some
Hold on,
Can
hold
I,
on.
can, I
artists.
peek, can I peek over Simone's shoulders?
Well, because he's like holding it up in the air, so you like just look up at you just like stand behind Simone and look up, and you can only see half of it because the page is like flopped down, but it's obviously just like scribbles on a page.
Look at Simone.
No, what am I seeing? What do you see here, Reed?
I'm like, I don't
Reed.
see anything.
Oh,
This
See, look,
is-
fool.
this
I'm
is
not
like
the only
junk.
one. I'm not the only one. Well, hey, I'm gonna kind of look at did those mushrooms like affect how he looks?
Constitution
No,
check.
They don't change the way he looks.
Yeah, man. However, I know that I believe not the last night's rest, but the rest before that, I saw him eat some of those mushrooms.
you can probably smell them. You can probably smell them on my
there we
breath.
go. Yeah, so I'm gonna be like, hold on, how many mushrooms have you eaten, fool?
There was a lot in there. There's still a lot. I don't know.
that's
There's probably
okay.
like 12 to start, and there's like 3 left, maybe.
Jesus, or Jesuses, I don't know.
Help me.
Help a day.
There's nothing
For
here. You want to try one?
No,
Oh.
ugh. Does it have like a stench to it?
It's like a pungent smell of like mildew and earth.
And you're like, ugh, it smells like shit, fool.
Oh,
And I'm
we
gonna
gotta-
kind of push it. Oh,
we
here.
gotta- Go
Looks
ahead.
like your map and your mushrooms are doing the same shit. As in, they are shit, fool.
Monzo's gonna go sulk.
And then,
You see
like,
his
it's
shoulders
obviously
drop.
seeing
He
that.
like clutches the mushrooms close to
Yeah.
his chest. His head droops and he just like walks off.
Tears well.
He's like shuffles. He
Yeah,
like
like,
turns
as I
his
see
head
that-
slightly. You see one tear running down his cheek, and then he turns back and keeps.
I like clearly feel that. I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, fool. You don't smell completely like shit. I'm sure they're useful to someone, right? Like, one man's trash, another man's fucking putos, right?
What? You talking about the drawing still?
Yeah.
I'm talking about his mushrooms and his drawing, yeah. Because
I'm
he
gonna-
like I made fun of him, and then he got sad and started sulking away.
I'm gonna go right up to Monzo. I'm gonna pull out my text, and I'm gonna find like the worst drawing in it, and I'm gonna show it to Kythar. Be like, hey, or not Kythar, Monzo. Show it to Monzo. Be like, hey man, it's okay. I'm pretty bad too.
Monzo, this sheet that Reed holds in front of you is a duplicate of your map.
Are you serious?
You son of a bitch.
Hang on. What? Oh, that's neat. Huh. Like it's like right over the top of it. They could look exactly the
Like
same.
Reed thinks it's a drawing of Kythar sitting on a log, but Monzo like looks at it and is like, my map. Like it looks like exactly the same.
Got
Huh.
it.
I wonder how that happened.
I know. I turn it over and I see Kythar's face, kind of thing. Like I was holding it upside down the whole time.
What?
Is it like that psychology test? So you squint your eyes to try to see what you see. You see a map where you see a pissed off
It's a rabbit
barbarian.
on one side and a duck on the other. Yeah.
Mm.
Is there a meanwhile for actual important stuff while Kaita and I are?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't
Monzo and I
have
are
a dog
putting.
in this horse.
No
A
pony
dog
in
in
this
this
race.
horse.
A dog in this horse. It's like a turducken. I don't have a dog in this horse. There's a cat in the dog. So.
Hey David, if I could interlude, would it be a good time for like a 5-minute?
Yeah, my bladder's actually been full. I've been waiting for a fiver myself. So let's take a fiver. And we'll be back.
Fiver.
Cool.
Sounds good.
So you guys just all had a very quaint little morning breakfast and are getting ready to depart for the next day. You were kind of talking about the giants off in the distance and them not being your problem. And, you know, Simone had made some comments about, well, we don't even know, like, where we're going, right? And, you know, there was some talk about maps. Reed produced a sketch which looks an awful lot like Monzo's map, which I believe
Purely
Simone
coincidence, I
is
think.
still in possession of, the original. What do you guys want to do?
Yes. I'm gonna say we need to continue down the path. I remember, was it? Sorry, it'd be like, hey fool, we gotta like continue going down the mountain, and we gotta go east, right?
And
So
east
like,
isn't east in the direction of the giants?
or south, fool. Sorry, Jesus, I'm not so good with like my directions.
Yeah, I think it's south and then west.
Has the
Can't really
rain
tell.
cleared up a little bit?
It's still
Well-
raining. It's not a torrential downpour, but it's still raining. Yeah,
Okay.
but it has let up compared to last night for sure.
Monzo's going to pack up and then start walking that way. Monzo's going to ask Simone, can you summon more of those big things with the 4 legs?
Did we
All
just
right,
have this
cool.
conversation?
I'm gonna go ahead and summon Mount Communal.
For
Everyone.
Wow.
Does Will get his own mount?
Will is not summoned because he becomes unsummoned once I
go to sleep.
yeah.
And I think it's the same category of magic as summoning stuff as well on a twofer. But so Kythar, do you have any response? You did not get a horse last time. As everybody hops on all their horses, there is still one more left for you. What does Kythar do?
Saying it through his teeth. Thank you, Simone.
Simone doesn't respond and jumps on his horse and continues on.
Rest
I'll
of the
bring
party
up-
who witnesses this interaction, anything to say? Any eyes to make at each other?
I'm going to glance at Reed and then go, yaw, and then go.
All right, I guess I'll be in the rear with the gear.
Marching order, please.
Darn it. Since I have the heal radius, I could either be in the middle or in the front.
So who wants to go first?
All right, I'll go first.
Okay. Monzo would want to be around a Tesk, so I'll be right in front of a Tesk wherever a Tesk is.
Okay, great. I've got Reed in the front.
I'll be in the middle.
Tusk is number 4, smack dab in the middle.
I'll be after a test.
I'll take the route.
In the
so
rear
you
with the
take
gear?
Struva.
rear.
Oh, Struva Stover, are you back?
Back.
Where do you want to be?
Next to Sigbert.
So that'll put you in slot number 6. Monzo. So who's number 2 behind Reed, and who's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 behind a Tesk?
Reed, Kythar, Monzo, a Tesk, Simone, Sigbert.
Simone.
Bringing up the rear is Struva with the cannon,
Oh, Struva's bringing up the rear. Sigbert.
hand cannon.
Okay, let me make a
Yeah,
note.
the hand cannon. The other cannon is rigged to blow if anyone messes with it.
As long as the rain didn't botch that.
Ah, sealed.
What if Mr. Tumnus finds it?
And we're eating good, getting those lamb chops out.
Yeah, some venison.
And you guys begin your journey down the mountainside, knowing that you're only a few days from your goal, and each day brings you closer to the ruined city and whatever awaits you there. You know that this territory you pass through now is the territory of a giant, but that beyond the territory of the giant lies the territory of the Saltwing. You travel for the better part of a day and are breaking for lunch. And I need everybody to roll me a perception check, please. The whole kit and caboodle, every single one.
Okay.
All kit caboodle.
Let me know when you want mine.
In chat works great for this.
What is it? I'll just type it.
I got a 25.
Great. It looks like Simone, Monzo, and Arthur are all able to, as you guys are breaking for lunch, are all able to hear the sound of something large approaching you. And as you turn back towards the source of the sound, you see a huge, grotesque figure picking up one of the magical ponies by the back of the leg, and like with one arm and like reaching for another one of the ponies as well, like behind you guys. I'm gonna spawn him in. You guys are good.
Is this map is still a good depiction of where we are?
No, I got a better depiction of where you're gonna be. Give me a second. Okay, so you're just on a regular road. Arrogant characters. Okay, and I have Reed, Kythar, Monzo, Atesk, Simone, Sigbert. No, excuse me. Reed, Kythar, Monzo, Atesk, Simone, Sigbert, Arthur.
Yes, I believe that's right.
I'm going to let you guys get yourselves in order real quick while I grab. Great. If you guys are going that way, then I'm just going to move you. I'm going to move your whole lot down the road a little bit.
Can't move them. Yeah. Is Will summoned or no?
No.
And Anthony, these horses, ponies you summon, are they actual animals or are they like celestial?
According to the spell, they're actual animals.
Does it say what happens to one of them if they like take enough hit point damage to die?
They just disappear, like you know, like where, and they disappear back into the ether from whence they came.
Do they die?
Sure.
Or do they poof before? Oh, they do die. They don't poof before they can die.
Yeah, they poof and then die. How about that?
They
How about
poop
die?
and then
They
die?
as they're about they put just like everybody. You should build that into the game. If a character dies, they instantly shit their pants, just like real life.
Okay, so now that you guys have a sense of scale, you guys have stopped to have your lunch. The horses are, gathered up behind you, and the three of you who rolled the best, I believe that was Monzo, Simone, and Arthur. Heard this creature approach and turned and have seen it with holding one of the horses and reaching down for another one of them.
What time of the day is it?
1 in the afternoon.
Behind us.
Should we run?
Picks up the second pony, turns around, and is now dragging them both behind him, walking away from you guys.
They warned us about the giants. Should we run?
I'm gonna look to Simone to see what
I'm
Simone
gonna
thinks. I'm at the front of the party.
I'm gonna be like, let's just get away from this thing.
Evasive action.
There's no reason
Yeah.
to There's no reason to fight it, right?
There may be more of them too.
Let him eat the ponies.
I'm fine with him. Hey, it's a part of the forest, right?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. We'll stay alive.
I'll do the horse noise. That
So whose pony exactly it was killed?
we can just roll.
You know?
I need everybody to roll me a d20. Two lowest rolls are the two whose ponies got taken.
Oh, fuck me.
No, fuck me.
Oh,
Giveaway, dude.
You don't know.
I don't know, huh?
Yes.
First
No.
roll. The first
Okay.
roll.
Wow, we all rolled pretty low.
Get out of my
Oh, 2
face.
5s.
Oh!
Hell yeah, Chris.
Oh, man.
Wow, low rolls.
Good thing this
tonight.
was not an important roll. Look how low that spread is, guys. Good thing you guys weren't trying to save yourselves from a collapsing bridge or
I
rolling
know.
reflex saves for a fireball or some shit, So there you
EM
go.
party wipe.
All right, session 0 next week, guys.
I know.
So Monzo and Sigbert's horses are no longer in the batch. You guys are debating what to do as this hill giant is dragging two of your horses away.
Tears streaming down Monzo's face.
Yeah, I'm just gonna continue with saying, hey, we're just gonna keep going like everything's okay. We haven't even seen it. I'm not gonna antagonize it.
I'm gonna tell Reed. All right, Reed, jump on.
I'll jump on.
No, on the back side, Reed. Come on, you right, bitch.
Wait, did one of my ponies didn't?
Oh, Sigmund's died.
Oh, sorry.
Sigbert.
Sigbert, up on,
Yeah.
big boy.
All right. I'm gonna wrap my arms around him. Underneath
From the
his-
way from the
underneath his arms.
Adam.
From the back.
There we go. There we go. Hold on tight.
Monzo, what's your plan, bud?
I'm gonna look carefully at the horse that Monzo's about to get on.
Monzo will run. He'll run alongside.
Okay, he's dexterous.
Probably.
Rip.
He's actually. Reed wouldn't know this, but he's actually a distance runner.
Okay.
Well, if your next meal's 3 miles away.
Uh-huh.
Let's hope you make it.
So just in layman's terms, you guys are continuing down the road?
Yeah, like sneaking off
Yes.
kind of thing. And doing.
Yeah.
Monzo would be keeping an eye out for sure for trees. Moving aside. You see I'm looking for birds flying disturbed.
Right. Then you continue along the road. How funny. And about 2 hours later,
There's another one?
Yeah, but he's
Or is
sleeping.
he caught? Oh, they're sleeping.
Just like past the
No one
fuck
play their
out
flute.
in the middle of the road. Has obviously shit himself. Smells profusely of rotting things and fermented things. Snoring loudly.
All right, who,
Uh,
no one
well,
play
he-
the flute.
We're listening to Simone struggle to say something, right?
I'm just gonna be like, let's just keep going, fool.
I'll walk through the area as quietly as I possibly can, even if that means I have to go as slow as I need to.
Are you getting off your horse?
Get off.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off my horse. I'm gonna. Do we want to lead the horses through?
I think we should leave them.
I'm gonna look around at everybody else.
Not everybody has a horse anyway, so it's only fair.
I whisper to Simone, "Can you unsummon the horses?" So, bro.
Okay. Simone unsummons the horses.
Anybody still sitting on the horse when he unsummons them?
Fuck.
Just kidding.
Arthur takes a knee.
Kaitar falls on his ass. Shit! That's my tailbone.
I'm gonna look at everyone. Are we ready?
Hold on, I gotta rub this one out.
We time for that later.
Okay. At the sound of that, I'm gonna roll my eyes and start moving.
I need everybody to roll into stealth if you're all trying to move quietly.
Damn it, Joe.
Fuck.
Nuts.
Well, then
Neither
that
one of those are good still. You can take the 5.
Wait, is my roll not?
Well,
oh,
that was
didn't get
somebody
to-
else.
I didn't get to roll.
Oh, somebody else rolled? So you guys both clicked on the... Oh, man. Then we'll split the
Yeah, who
difference.
clicked
and
on
say
it?
both got a 3.
Hey!
Oh, there's a nat 20.
Yeah, this is me falling off my horse, Dave.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter super.
It's an
So
11.
skill checks matter a little bit on finals. So yeah, just get those finals in there for me, please.
Whoa. I have a +4 to that.
Not ideal.
I guess when Kaitar fell on his ass, he fell hard.
Yeah, he did.
You hear just liquor bottles.
Yeah, and that's really all I need, to tell you the truth. So you
Wait,
guys are, in the process of moving forward and trying to be as quiet as possible. And for once, Reed is not doing the worst here. He's probably not even doing the second worst here. And he almost gets around the baddie before Kythar's big stumbling ass trips on a rock, falls over, he slams armor first into a rock. Ting!
No, I don't have armor. I have hide armor.
His warhammer slams against a rock. Ting! And the giant begins to stir. What do you guys do?
Nobody
I
move.
s-
Nobody
I-
move.
I start.
Go ahead, Kaitar.
Rock my baby on the treetop.
Are you really trying to sing him a lullaby?
Yes.
Performance check,
You just
please.
Performance check.
I'm gonna. Can we all get in on this? Next
No,
line?
but if somebody thinks they can help him, one person can try to help him.
I have a -2 performance.
Yeah, that
Shit.
checks out.
Put 1 level into Bard.
I.
Oh, but it's
Does
actually
anybody
not
have
bad.
anything higher than a 2
Hold
in
on, before you
performance?
announce your result.
Oh, I already did.
Does
Okay, go
anybody
ahead.
have anything higher than a 2 in performance?
I don't think anybody's
I didn't-
talked about it. So I just want to know if anybody feels empathy.
I'm gonna
want
help
to
him.
jump in with Kythar?
Fuck,
Is what I want to know.
Oh,
Shouldn't have helped him.
I have a -2 and I roll better than that.
So Kythar trips on a rock, rock slams into it. This giant rock begins to wake up, and he starts rock-a-bye baby, and then Reed, super nervous, voice still cracking, said rock-a-bye hey baby, and it's like trying to help him, and this thing just like wakes up and looks at both both Kythar and Reed. And we'll have you guys roll your initiative next week.
Hold on. One thing is like, I look at Reed. It's like, you didn't have parents. They never sang to you.
You're right. I'm sorry.
And then we cut it at that.
Well,
That
good.
was fun.
That'll be fun. And we'll go and start next session.
We didn't kill each other.
Yeah.
Shit. Yet.
No, you guys are doing great. Yeah, you guys are doing a great job.
Yeah, we.
I was sure that you guys would not take the giant taking your horses standing down, but goes to show, not always. DM doesn't know everything. You guys are full of surprises.
Yep. We realized that sometimes, in order to change minds, you can't do that with your fists.
Nobody gives shit away for free, and it does help.
And we won't necessarily start next week with combat. If anybody else comes up with anything they want to try between now and then we can start with that. We'll just start with the moment of this giant reaching consciousness and seeing you guys being sung to.
Does anybody have a flute? We could try that.
I mean,
Try
this
and
is
recover
a
it.
Wind Waker, isn't it?
No, but how do you get a Snorlax to go to sleep?
Pokey flute.
Pokey flute. A path flute, as it would be.
What? Oh, yeah, an ocarina or perhaps the Wind Waker wand or
Perhaps.
baton would be nice.
First thing Lonzo
cool,
wants
guys.
to say is, Dad?
Well, then I really appreciate you guys playing, and we will play again next week. Anthony, my guess is within the next 2 weeks, I will have a loose answer for you for how long we're going to be in this campaign. I'm not ready to make the call yet, but probably in like 2 or 3 weeks, I'll have at least a good idea. But
Gotcha.
we'll do that because there's one or we're down to the last couple of things, type situation. So it just kind of depends on. There's only a couple unknown factors at this point, and then I'll be able to give you a time estimate.
Yeah, I mean, I realized that a lot of my saved stuff is on my PC that is now not booting, so I may have to rebuild some stuff, which would kind of suck. But I have that software now.
I was
you
about
know,
to say,
so
yeah, we were talking about using that software,
so maybe I have to just transfer it all over to there or redo it all, or I don't know. I'll figure it out. But
I mean, I'd guess you
You know.
have at least a month or two. So I mean, I wouldn't sweat too much about it.
okay.
But
All right.
I'd spend a little time on it on Saturday, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anthony, have you figured out if we're going to do regular Pathfinder or 2E?
Yeah, I guess I wanted to ask everybody like what they thought about potentially moving over to 2E. For my game.
You guys played a one shot in 2E, right?
Yes.
One
There's
night.
a lot of one
Did a
night.
did a
and there's
combat
lot of
encounter
stuff.
in 2E.
Yes.
Yeah.
I personally like it more. Instead of all of the items being just this bizarre random set of gold to purchase, it actually the gold progression on items makes sense. And then stuff like perception checks make more sense because you don't know that you roll low, so perception checks are sometimes done by the DM because if you roll a 1 and you get faulty information in regular Pathfinder, you rolled a 1, so you can't trust the information. But in 2E, you don't know if you rolled low. You always think you did a great job. So it's more interesting.
Yeah, like a Harmon quest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah,
So
he sounded like he told you the truth.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm open
So-
to trying 2E for sure. Especially because we have all those source books in a PDF somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we put it into Google Form, Google Drive. Yeah.
And there's a cell phone app, I believe, that is similar to the desktop app we're using for 1E.
Nice.
Free.
Nice.
Pretty sure it's free. Because I made my character for free, so I'll have to dig up how I did it. But
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
even according to Tyler, that software he got, we can put our characters into that, right, Tyler? So you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know exactly right now.
Aaron, just go ahead and put a PowerPoint presentation together on the how-to of that. That'd be great.
sure, I'll set it up at work.
Preferably Google presentations with a little bit of motion.
Oh no,
that'd be
I'm
great.
going to use PowerPoint.
Oh.
If you're not going to pony up for the fucking software,
Hey, as an educator, we're moving towards Google. So
not in the budget.
Classroom?
Not
All right, guys. Well, Becky, thank you for being here. I thought I saw both of my friends' tokens there and a Tesk as well. Thank you guys for being here. We are going to raid Jarl of Goats. I gotta spell goats right. Goat. That's how you spell his name. All right, guys. Good night. Good day. Good adventuring. And I'll see you next week. Bye, guys. Love you all.